How are you? I'm so happy to greet you first in this fine day. I am Erica and I will be with you in the first part of this discussion. Just chill for now and we will have some refreshment with a recap of what you have learned last time. I'm sure you already know what's the difference between fantasy and reality, right? I want to show you some pictures I got here. Now all you gotta do is tell me if this photo is a product of fantasy or reality. First picture. Fantasy or reality? Fantasy, very good. Second one. Fantasy or reality? Reality, nice. The third one. Fantasy or reality? Reality, you're doing great. How about this last one? Fantasy or reality? Fantasy, perfect. What an excellent job! You see, it's easy to say whether the material viewed is real or just a fantasy. While you are viewing the photos, did you ever wonder what's the story behind them? Or did you even ask yourself, what do they even mean? Let's look at one of the photos once more. This one. What do you want to know about this picture? Ask something to any person near you about the things you find interesting in the photo. You can also write it down and send it to me later. This will be fun. It's like playing detective with all the questions we can throw. Now, I want you to keep taking notes of the questions that you have because today is all about questioning. My only question is, are you ready?
Hi class, how are you? Nice to see you again. Welcome back to English Friday. In today's lesson, we will learn about questioning, the 4 types of questions, and lastly, the importance of raising questions. In other words, we will talk about effective questioning. Are you ready? What is a question? A question is a properly structured query that aims to satisfy curiosity and reveal the right answer that leads to learning. On the other hand, questioning is the art of learning. Learning to ask important questions is the best evidence of understanding there is, far surpassing the temporary interference of a correct answer. Let's have the 4 types of questions. First is general or yes or no questions. Yes or no questions are common questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no. For example, do you like this country? Or is it cold outside? Next is special or WH questions. A special question uses a certain word at the beginning of the sentence to ask a specific question. The question words who, what, where, etc. are used to begin the question. For example, where's the coffee machine? This question expects an answer about the location of the coffee machine. We can say it's in the room next to the reception. Remember that we use special questions to get specific information. Another type of question is choice questions. Choice questions are questions that offer a choice of several options as an answer. They are made up of 2 parts which are connected by the conjunction or. For example, where would you go? To the cinema or the theater? The last type of question is called disjunctive or tag questions. This is a type of question which is made up of 2 parts, where the first part is a positive statement and the second part is negative, or vice versa. For example, Jane isn't in France, is she? Or, she sent him an invitation, didn't she? So now, why asking meaningful questions matters. First is it provides insight into what our learners think and know already. Next is that it reveals personal connections, which become opportunities to personalize learning. Aside from that, it encourages collaboration and conversation, as well as creative self-expression and deep self-reflection. It also helps us rethink assumptions and consider alternatives. And lastly, it leads to big ideas.
Now let us assess your understanding in regards with our lesson. So, what have you learned? Can you share your insights or key takeaways from the lesson that we've just discussed? Moving on, I know that you've listened to our discussion. So in your own understanding, define what is question and what is questioning. What are questions? These are the properly structured queries that aims to satisfy curiosity and reveal the right answers that leads to learning. Questioning, on the other hand, is the art of learning. Learning to ask important questions is the evidence of understanding there is, far surpassing the temporary joy of a correct answer. Why must we construct the right questions? Based on what you've learned, can you enumerate the importance of good questioning? Moving on, what are the types of questions that we've discussed, and can you explain it briefly? Things to remember. General questions are answerable with yes or no. Special questions begins with WH questions, like what, when, where, and etc. While choice questions are questions that offers choices or several answers. Lastly, tag questions consist of two parts. First is the positive statement, and the second is the negative. That's all for today. Thank you.
Good day, grade 8 students. How are you? Welcome to our first tour gallery of the year. Since our discussion about questioning is done, I want you to apply your learning on our tour for today. Here's Nino, our tour guide, and he sure knows everything about the display. Come and let's meet him. Hey everyone, my name is Nino, and I'll be your guide for today's tour gallery. Do you like photography and paintings? Well, this is your lucky day. You have a free ticket to attend our tour gallery. Are you ready? Good. Now that you already know how to properly construct your questions, feel free to throw some while we walk in every station. This is our first station and this is our first feature art. Ask me 4 questions applying each type of questions you've learned. Remember that the 4 types of questions are the yes or no questions, WH questions, choice questions, and tag questions. Be sure to write them inside the dialogue bubble in your activity sheet. Nice questions you've got on the first art. Let's move on to the next picture and I want you to do the same. I am so happy to hear your questions. Keep them coming for this third picture. I'll make sure to give all of you the answers after the last question drops on the last station. Hey, look at this one. Very nice, right? What do you think? Do you have any question? We have reached the last station. Be sure to give your last 4 questions on this one. Brilliant! I am so proud that you have applied our lesson in today's activity. Now, remember to properly construct your questions to get the answers you want. Congratulations for finishing the task. Thank you, Tour Guide Nino.